What a tremendous honor to be here today. This is literally the hardest ceremony I have every year. It's the most important. It's the most emotional for me, having lost so many shipmates in the course of my career. I want to start off by recognizing a fellow fighter pilot who gave his life 4 years ago in April of 2018. His parents are here today. Stephen, former Thunderbird, by the way, that's a very prestigious role. Stephen Del Bagno, who is call sign Cajun, his parents are here as well, Gold Star parents. Please Max, thank you for allowing me the honor of recognizing the fellow fighter pilot, Gold Star family. Today I'd like to share with you what I think is the perspective of someone who we are honoring today, one of the fallen heroes that we're honoring. I want to speak today from someone who may be buried just a few hundred feet away from us on this hollow ground, give you their perspective on what today means, what Memorial Day means. I think he would say something along these lines. First of all, I appreciate you all being here today. I was 20 years, 7 months, and 13 days old when it happened. I never got to see another day. My son was just 15 months old, and I had just moved him and his mother, my beautiful wife, my high school sweetheart, to a state that they had never seen or heard of 6 months before. We bought a new puppy just after we got settled into base housing, and that little boy, man, he played with that little puppy. He was a brown and white beagle, like they were best friends. I was the happiest I had ever been in my life. You see, my childhood wasn't the easiest. It was a tough neighborhood I grew up in, the slums of the city. My mom was a single mom who worked 2 jobs just to make ends meet. I never met my dad, but my mom always spoke highly of him. He was an honorable man. And when I went to state finals for high school football, my mom said my dad would have been so proud of me. And when I graduated from high school, oh man, that was a great day. I was the first person in my family to earn a diploma in this beautiful country. And then all of a sudden, I too was a daddy, I was a husband, I was a soldier fighting for the most beautiful country in the world. From the slums of the city to the American dream. I was living the high life. My mom, when she first saw me in uniform, I could tell, was a look of pride and fear almost at the exact same time. I was dressed in my freshly pressed alphas with my shooting medals on my chest. She was proud because she knew I was doing the right thing. She was proud because she knew she had raised me right. But she was also fearful because she knew I was going into harm's way soon. And in her eyes, I was just a baby. I was still that little boy that was born just a couple of weeks ago. Still her baby. But in reality, I was 20 years, 7 months, and 13 days old. I remember that day. Something went terribly wrong. That one day, man, it was a hot day. I'm not exactly sure how it went down, but I remember the moments leading up to it. I remember the adrenaline, the exhilaration, the willingness and desire to go fight. We had just gotten word from our sister platoon that they were pinned down by the enemy, taking fire from an ambush position. So we saddled up and we scrambled into the Humvee. I remember the panicked radio calls. I remember my buddies yelling in all different directions. And then I saw that small, dark brown patch in the road as we sped down that road. That small little dark brown patch in the sand of otherwise light beige. And I did all I could. I yelled, "Dude, I think that was but it was too late." It happened all of a sudden, but it was too late. It was bad. I won't share all the details with you, but it was bad. That little dark patch in the sand turned out to be a damned IED, an improvised explosive device. It cost only about $75, but it worked. And it was all so sudden we couldn't do anything about it. I swear, Mom, we tried everything we could, but we couldn't do anything about it. We just couldn't. Well, that's in the past. We're all here today. We're all here today for good reasons. I assure you that we're here for good reasons. I appreciate you all being here today. I truly appreciate it. But please remember that today isn't just about me. It's not just about the fallen. It's about all of us who have given our lives for this country. Please be there for my son. Please be there for my wife. They need you more today than I do. And be there for my mom. I'm not sure she'll ever regain that happiness. But please reach out to her. Give her a call once in a while. Call her for me. Oh, and one last thing, and I beg of you, please be there for this country. My country. Our country. She's precious. She's worth dying for, but she's not invincible. And she's only as good as you make her. Don't forget that you're all on the same team. I don't care if you're a Giants fan or a Dodgers fan. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. Treat each other like friends, treat each other like family, and remember that we are on the same team. The media, the social media, our adversaries, and even some of our own politicians will try to divide you. Don't let them. We're all on the same team. We're all Americans. Honor me on this day, on Memorial Day, because I was willing to give my life for this country. Think of me every day. But remember, I made this sacrifice for all of you, for our nation, for decades to come, if not for centuries to come. Honor me after my death by honoring each other and the country while you still live. And remember, we are one nation under God, not above him. And if we lack the armor that God provides us, we will always be vulnerable to the evil that exists. And I guarantee you, evil still exists. I've seen it. I was a victim of it. To my wife, to my little boy, I'd give everything to be here today with you. But as you know, I was willing to give more so that you can live underneath that beautiful flag above me. Now listen to me, because this is the most important part. Don't feel sorry for me. I'm in heaven. And I'll soon be with my family in heaven again, and I look down upon them every day. But don't feel sorry for me. I knew the risk, and I took them on willingly. I knew the risk, and I took them on honorably and nobly, and I did my job. And honor my fallen brothers as you are today. Honor us by doing what I ask of you today. Honor us by honoring the gift that God has given us, this beautiful country, the United States of America. I died doing what I wanted to do. I died doing what I loved to do, protecting the nation. And all I ask is that you love what I died for. Thank you guys again for being here today. That's what I think they would tell us if they could still speak to us. And we got to remember, we've got soldiers serving overseas right now who are in harm's way that we may lose. We've lost dozens just in the last year during training exercise, during combat operations overseas. And we're surrounded by turmoil and crisis in our nation right now. But on this day, more than any other, it's imperative that we come together as a nation to remember those who have given all, to pay respect and honor their families, and to help us all heal little by little. But we must also remember that these things are something that happen every day, and we must pay homage to them every day of the year for the full duration of our lives. If we fail to do so, we may forget why we are here. We can't forget why we are here. And I don't mean why we're here at this ceremony, but why we're here as a nation. We are exceptional. We are special. We are touched by the hand of God, and this country is the product of providence. Take pride in that, and don't take it for granted. We remain the beacon of hope and faith, a nation that literally every person on this planet wants to be a citizen of, and I don't blame them. But we may forget how many sacrifices have been made to get us here, how much blood was shed to prove our resolve against our adversaries and those who threaten our freedoms. Many of us here today have seen the dark side of war, and many of us have lost too many friends in our pursuit to provide protection to the good guys. So let's honor those that made the ultimate sacrifice, and let's forever love the nation that they made that sacrifice for. I want to finish by reading the names of the 13 personnel that we lost in Afghanistan. I say personnel, I mean Americans. Most of them children serving in combat operations in Afghanistan. They died on August 26, 2021. 11 of them were Marines. Staff Sergeant Darren Hoover, 31, from Salt Lake City. Sergeant Johanny Rosario Pacharo, 25, from Lawrence, Massachusetts. Sergeant Nicole Gee, 22, from Indio, California. Corporal Dagan Page, 23, from Omaha, Nebraska. Corporal Humberto Sanchez, 22, from Logansport, Indiana. Marine Corps Lance Corporal David Espinosa, 20, from Rio Bravo, Texas. Lance Corporal Jared Schmitz, 20, from St. Charles, Missouri. Lance Corporal Riley McCollum, 20, from Jackson, Wyoming. Lance Corporal Dylan Marola, 20, from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Lance Corporal Kareem Nakui, 20, from Norco, California. Navy Hospitalman Maxton Soviak, 22, from Berlin Heights, Ohio. And Army Staff Sergeant Ryan Knaus, 23, from Corrington, Tennessee.
They're all on the wall.
They're all on the wall now. Thank you, Fred. That's amazing that you guys are able to stay current on it like you are. These folks didn't die 10 years ago, 20 years ago. They died just in the last year. We must thank them, pay homage to them. I want to thank the foundation for letting me be a part of it. I will literally come speak here with a minute's notice at any time. This is truly a blessing to be able to pay tribute to those fallen heroes. I love this country. I love you all. God bless the United States of America. Thank you.